Hey guys, it's Mrs. Shira. So, right about now, I'm sure some of you are freaking out just a little bit, wondering, wait, we haven't had a library assignment in a couple of weeks, and now all of a sudden there's this giant assignment with all these parts. Trust me, it's not as complicated as it looks. And this video is so that I can just walk you through everything so that you know exactly what's going on. All right, so every year near the end of the school year, I do a research assignment with the 8th grade class. And this year, I have significantly reduced the amount of work. So the main idea is just for me to be able to see that you are able to find information about a topic, that you can write me briefly about it, explaining the topic, and then that you can correctly cite your sources. And there are going to be lessons along the way for all of that. But today we're just going over the assignment as a whole, and I'm going to show you how to submit the topic you want to write about to me. So let's take a look at that first. Okay, so social studies research paper, that's what you're going to be doing. For this assignment, you're going to be writing a research paper addressing an inquiry question. I'm going to show you what that is, that you've constructed about a topic in social studies, and you will be following the directions in the guide to writing a research paper, which I have attached to this assignment. And you'll combine them with the directions on this sheet to prepare your paper. This year, there are only 3 parts to this assignment. Usually there are 6. So the first thing you have to give me is your topic form, which I have attached to this assignment, with 3 possible topics and the inquiry question you're going to try to answer in your paper. And then I'll get back to you, let you know, yes, the topic is good, or no, you need to change it. And then you're good to go to start the rest of the assignment. Number 2 is the bibliography. Bibliography is just a list of all the sources that you used for your assignment. In MLA format, we're going to have a separate lesson on how to do that. For this assignment, you should be using at least 4 sources, and one of these sources should be found via a periodical database. So I will be posting another video probably later this week on how to use the periodical database. And then it is a 2 to 4 page paper, 750 to 1300 words typed, with the specific font size, double space with 1-inch margins listed, and the corrected bibliography will be given to me then. Your topic form, the due dates in parentheses are for the remote students, but I'm posting this video to all the students, so that way any of you who are learning in school, if you need to review something or you're not sure, this can be a little extra help for you. Friday, May 14th, remote students, that's this Friday. I want to know what your topic's going to be. Then your bibliography is the following Friday, and then the Friday after that is your final paper. Super simple. Included on here is a list of broad topics to get you thinking. We're just looking at a social studies topic. Again, these are broad topics. So by broad, we mean that the topic is more general, less specific. The more narrow a topic is, the more specific the topic is. So for example, Vietnam War. Let's say you choose the Vietnam War for your topic. Obviously, the Vietnam War is too broad a topic for a paper that's only 2 pages long. So you might want to pick a specific thing within the Vietnam War. So for example, causes of the Vietnam War, the impact that the Vietnam War had on the draft in the United States when they made people go to the army. Maybe you want to pick a specific battle, or maybe you want to pick the effects on a specific branch of the military. There are lots of different ways you can approach that. And it doesn't have to be, these are all general social studies topics that you could use. Looking specifically, especially if you are looking at any technological advancements, or you want to write about the history of a musical genre or of a specific TV show, maybe you can just focus in on a very specific time period, and that'll help you narrow your topic. So here is one of the documents I've attached to this assignment. You do not need to submit this back to me. This is just for you to help yourself. You can type in a main topic. So let's say your topic is toy fads. So that would be your main topic in the middle here. And you can break that down into 2 subtopics. Maybe you could narrow it down by time period, maybe toy fads of the 1980s, toy fads of the 1990s, and then subtopics further than that, toy fads of the 1980s. You could write about Cabbage Patch Dolls, or you could write about Star Wars toys. And maybe for toy fads of the 1990s, you could break that into 2 further subtopics. You could put Tamagotchis and Furbies. So now you see how you took this one big topic, toy fads, and you broke it down into something smaller. Then once you have a narrower topic, then you have to decide, what am I going to say about this topic, or what question do I want to ask about this topic? So you could start off with your question, pick a who, what, when, where, why, or how, and then ask yourself, is this a topic that someone would have written about? If yes, why do you think so? Again, this document here that I've also attached to the assignment is not something you need to submit to me. This is for you to help yourself write a question that you want to answer about the topic. Definitely pick a topic that interests you, and make sure the topic is, you don't want it to be too complicated, but you don't want it to be so simple that it's a yes or no answer. And then you revise your question, and that'll help you. Let's say you wanted to write about the history of video games. So maybe your question could be, what technology makes video games possible? But since we're looking at it more from a social studies perspective and less of a science perspective, then maybe you could go through and figure out maybe how technology affected the way people play games. So maybe once you read a bit about the topic, you learn about it, you would see that adding internet connectivity changed video games. So maybe that could be the question you're trying to answer. How did the internet change the way people play video games? And that's something that you could look up the history of video games and see what's the answer to that question, and just give me 2 pages on it. So here is the topic request form. This is what you do need to submit to me this week. So just let me know what topic you want to write about. Give me a first, second, and third choice, and then what's your inquiry question. Try to get it to me earlier rather than later in the week if you can, even though I put the due date for the remote learners for this Friday. If you can get it to me sooner, that's even better, because then I can send it back to you with any feedback. So if your topic is way too broad or way too narrow, you have more time to change it up. And then what's the question you want to ask about that topic? Most people will get their first choice. It's only if I have 2 people who have the exact same topic that I might switch it up. But usually, because we're using an inquiry question as part of your topic, that way you can have the same topic, but people could be writing 2 completely different things about it. Let's say I have 2 students who are both writing about the history of video games. Maybe one of them is asking that question about how did the internet change the way people play video games. Maybe another student is answering the question, how was the first video game invented? 2 completely different aspects of the same topic. Okay, this document here, this is really more to help you, given that I've changed so much about the assignment. A lot of the things that we would normally do as part of the assignment are included here, but I'm still including it anyway because this is something that I usually print out on nice paper with color ink for 8th graders to take with them when you go to high school. And you can use, the instructions here are not specific to this assignment, but you can use this for any assignment that you do, high school, college, graduate school. Same, the process is exactly the same. This is yours to keep, and that's just my gift to you. You can use it for this assignment, or you can use it for any future assignment. I've had students come back over the years and tell me, most 8th graders, when they see this packet that I give them, they're like, oh yeah, I'll use it. And then every year I have people coming back, oh my gosh, Mrs. Shira, that was so helpful. And one year I even had a parent get back to me. I wish I had this when I was in college, she said, and she was going to be doing some more college. And she said, can I use it? I said, sure, go right ahead. So again, I just wanted to help you guys with that. So for now, just focus on what topic do you want to write about. Don't worry about the length and stuff. I'm going to go over in future videos. So here are the videos I still owe you. I owe you a video on how to use a periodical database, how to write a bibliography. That's actually a lesson that I have coming up this week with the in-person students. And then also as far as the spacing when you type the paper and the font size, I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of that. Email me if you have any questions. Again, it looks more overwhelming than it actually is. It's really just a simple assignment on a social studies topic of your choice so that I know that you have the skills of finding information, writing about it, and creating that bibliography. Okay, have a great week, guys, and I look forward to finding out what your topic requests are. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.